So my wife and I are water skiing the other day, and we've been water skiing since we were teenagers. Love water skiing. I know everybody's transitioned over to wakeboarding and skiing, and that's awesome. But we're old school slalom skiers, and so we're water skiing the other day. The boat's going at 30 miles an hour. My wife's driving. I'm at the back, and all of a sudden I see the boat tilt to the side at high speeds. And everybody, there's a couple of grandkids in the boat. They're freaking out. Everyone's looking nervous. We stopped the boat. Fortunately, it was near the end of the day that we were wrapping up our boat adventures, and didn't know what to do about this. Anyhow, long story short, when we got home, there was a piece of mail from the boat company that said, "Oh, by the way, your boat needs a software update." How cool is that? The boats need software updates these days. But anyhow, because going at high speeds, it'll tilt on its end. And we thought, yeah, we know that. And the trim tab will send it to the side at high speeds. So it was a really simple fix. We put just a USB in and gave it a software update, and now it doesn't do it anymore. And got to know a little bit more about what a trim tab is, and some of you already know this, but it's a little wedge on the bottom of your boat, you know, compared to this massive 6,000 pound boat, 23, 24 foot boat. Here's this little trim tab at the back at the bottom that's dictating the success or failure. And going to experiment with this trim tab, you can really get a good wakeless ski when you got the trim tab set just right. On the other hand, when you got the trim tab set just right, it makes all the difference for the slope of the wave skiing at the back of the surfing at the back of the boat. So that got me thinking, what is the trim tab in continuous improvement? What is the trim tab? We're doing lots of research, lots of blogs, lots of podcasts on continuous improvement. Got thinking about what is the trim tab of life. And as some of you know, we've been doing some research online, www.ciforlife.org. We've got a survey up there. Several hundred of you have filled it out. And what we're finding that the happiest and most productive people have 3 habits. 1, exercise, and we've talked lots about that. 2, that they give of their time and they serve others, and that might be family members, church organizations, whatever it might be. And then number 3, they plan. And so that's the topic of this video and a podcast and a blog, is I want to get out there the good news about planning, and specifically daily and weekly planning. And this video, I want to spend more time talking about the weekly planning, because I think that is the bridge between our annual goal setting and our daily activities. And the big advantage of daily or weekly planning is that scripting out your most important things. How many of us are so busy in life that we get sucked into the busyness trap and I am so busy, exhausted at the end of the day because of family, work, or whatever responsibilities, hopefully some exercise in there, etc. But it's exhausting. And at the end of the month or end of the week, you're not so sure you accomplished, or you were too busy to accomplish some of your really important goals. Let's say some of your financial goals, or some of your spiritual goals, or some of your physical goals. You were too busy to get to that. And weekly planning is that bridge between utopia and what you set for yourself yearly, and then your to-do list or your daily planning activity. So this video is to promote the importance of weekly planning. I hope that you'll find the energy and time to make more effective weekly plans. You can go to our podcast. You can find it on most of your services. Just look under my name, Rick Hyland, Heyland, Rick Hyland, or Continuous Improvement for Life. And you're going to find us a podcast on weekly planning and how to weekly plan. And then secondly, you can go to our blog, ciforlife.org, and you can find 2 things. 1, a blog on weekly planning and teaching how. And then 2, you're going to find a free download of an actual weekly plan with the goal, your yearly goals on the left-hand side, and then your weekly plan to do your most important, not necessarily urgent, but most important goals for the week. So I encourage you to do that. Download that sheet. We'll continue to provide more tools as we get down but I'd really like to encourage you to do your weekly plans and then send me some emails or feedback about the actual weekly planning tool and or the difference it's made in your life. How have you been able to suck out of the urgency trap, get some of your most important things done, or just stop procrastinating some of your most important things because now you've planned it into your week. Anyhow, good luck with your weekly planning. As always, live a life of sustainable continuous improvement.